routines with an interactive whiteboard. And the second thing is cheap and easy green screens.
Say the last one.
Cheap and easy green screens.
Okay.
15 of my kids, so all but one are still EFL. So we do language stuff in the morning. I use a website called Funtrivia, which is just a trivia website. It has a kids section. Within the kids section, it has a kids wordplay section. These are just lines of that. The one I like the most is change a letter. The kids get a word, they get clues of what to change it to, then change one letter to the next word, and eventually they come to an end point. So it's them working with definitions, manipulating words. There's a lot of other quizzes up there. There's science ones, there's a lot of other language ones with analogies and synonyms. So it's just stuff that they're doing to work with language. And as you can see here, it's all, the kids do it themselves. It took less than a week to get them into the routine. They come in, I have 4 or 5 tabs open with the quizzes already up there. This last week we were doing Greek myths, so I had Greek mythology ones instead of language ones just for fun. But we have 15 minutes from the beginning of the day from when they're allowed to be in class to when class starts. So that allows me 15 minutes to collect permission slips, talk to kids, have them come talk to me, and the rest of them are doing this on their own. I use the on-screen keyboard and the accessibility folder on your start menu, so they type right up there, or it's multiple choice. So they have complete control over it. I let them sort out their differences if they don't agree, as long as it stays quiet and polite, which it does. It's them 15 minutes of deciding who's right and how we're going to work this out, along with all that language stuff. The other thing I do in the mornings for math is called Wishball. So Funtrivia is at funtrivia.com. It's just a normal, I found it because I like trivia. It's got a million other things for adults as well, but I use that kids section in class. Wishball is a game that's on a lot of different websites. Find it through Google Wishball. I use Wishball Challenge Ultimate because I have grade 5, but it goes to a lot of different levels. It's a game that gives you a final number and gives you a starting number. For the easiest one, I think it's 2-digit and has addition and subtraction. The kids have to work their way up to, and then they get randomly generated numbers. So you get the number 2, you put it in the tens place or the ones place, move it up or down. For my kids, it's 4 digits and it has only addition or subtraction. So they'll get one number, they have to choose to put it in the ones place, the tens, the hundredths, thousands place. And then it works with borrowing and regrouping, whether they're moving up or down. That they're gonna, if the number's too big, you put it in the hundredths place, you're bumping your tens place to slowly bump your ones because you don't want to go past your number, because you can't add. If you subtract, you can't subtract, you add for the ultimate one. So there's lots of different levels for the young kids. You make give them more manipulation and make less numbers. For my kids, I have a few that are quite good. They know where to put the number every single time. Most of them in grade 5 are still dealing with, if we put it there, we only have this many numbers left. What if the next number is big, or what if the next number is small? What do we do with it? And that, just like the tree stuff, it's on the whiteboard. They have the pen. They're up there. It takes nothing for me. If you don't have an interactive whiteboard, you can have a projector. You can be at the computer and have the kids vote on whiteboards or hold up fingers what they want to do with the number, and you just manipulate it on the keyboard up front. So you can just Google Wishball or Wishball Challenge Ultimate, and they have a guide that will take you through more in depth how to do it. The last thing I talked about was Greenscreens, but before I move on, do you guys have any questions about the morning stuff, the interactive whiteboard stuff? The last thing I'm talking about is green screens. My background is TV and film. I set up green screens for TV studios with lots of lights and money, and decided I want to do it cheaply. So this is in our library. I took green paper, taped it up to a wall. I had a bulb that I actually set on some old empty CPUs, so we're doing it really cheaply, about 2 feet away, and then the kid stands about 2 feet in front of that, so you have separation between the child and the green screen, and then I video from the front. And this allows you to get rid of the background and drop your kid into any situation you want. I do it with video, but you can also do it with still photography. So he is narrating a field trip they went on. They went and visited the middle school and went through a couple lessons in middle school since they're going to be next year. So I was able to take what he was saying down here, he's now narrating it, and this is them doing science. So the volume's down. I threw this together last night, and he's actually not talking about science. I think he's talking about when they went and played soccer, but it still works. And then the second thing I just did for fun, which you'll see in a second, it allows you to.
That's good.
I use Adobe Premiere.
Say
I use Adobe Premiere. You can do it in Final Cut. You cannot do it in iMovie or Windows Movie Maker, but there's a lot of mid-level Sony Vegas, Pinnacle, mid-level video editors that will all do this really simply. The important part is getting it lit right, and then the program does the rest of the work for you. And if you want to, you can also do it in Photoshop or PM. You just take a picture of your kid instead of scrubbing out that whole background. Since you have a single color behind them, you just make that color transparent and then drop them in where you want. That's.
But they love that, right?
Yeah. Well, it's quick enough that I've done the editing process in about 2 minutes with them, and they just watch it like it's magic.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
How do you do it?
Well, I haven't taught them how to do it.
Oh, okay.
For grade 5, there's a few kids that are up to higher level editing, but this is something I have on my personal stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not part of our school routine. It could be if you have a video program, some middle schools and high schools do, or an ICT teacher who's really into it. I think a lot of kids, the better editing programs are harder to use. They just allow you to do more stuff. So rather than sticking with iMovie or Movie Maker that I find kind of chunky and aggravating, it's simple. They can do the same stuff, I think, more simply on the better programs. And then for those few kids who are advanced, they can get into effects and editing and more manipulation, even at a young level. And that's all I've got.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.